How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video game console collection video. I'm, of course, Owen here. And a lot has changed since the last two times that I've done the video. So as you guys probably know, I did one back in 2019 where I had a pretty big collection. Then I did one in 2022 where I had pretty much the same collection just with an added bonus. And now, we have a huge update to this year, 2025. Now, I'm going to tell you real quick, I got a boatload of consoles throughout those 3 years. And I've been in 3 different places for those consoles. Now, it is time to reveal. Also, one more thing. I just now forgot, but now I remember. The Atari Flashback 8 is no longer with us. It stopped working months after the last video. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start with the handhelds. So on top of this one, I have the original Game Boy right here. Then I have the Game Boy Color. By the way, I just bought this today. And then up here, I have the Game Boy Advance. There is no backlit screen on there. And then I have the DSi and DS Lite. You guys should remember the DSi from the last video. I bought the DS Lite because A, some games look better on that one than the DSi. And B, I thought I lost the DSi when my friend found it in his couch. Next, I have the 3DS. That was actually one of the first consoles that I bought since that year. And then I have these 2 Game & Watches, which I bought the same year as the video, just didn't do the video in enough time. Then we have these are legitimately released by Nintendo. It's the Game & Watch for Super Mario Brothers and The Legend of Zelda. They have the NES versions emulated on there, as well as the original. Sorry, just wiping dust. And then on this other side over here, yes, you can see my ginormous TV. We have, of course, the PSP and the PS Vita. I think you guys should remember the PSP from the last 2 videos. And this one is not an official release console. It looks similar to the Game Boy Color. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. Oh my, it's legitimately smaller. And, of course, it has 4 buttons. It has a few emulated NES games on there, too, such as Excite Bike. And then that's my TV antenna. And then I forgot to show you over here the Wii U gamepad. And, of course, can't forget the old-school Atari 2600. I have it hooked up to this TV. You guys should remember this TV from the last video. By the way, those 2 picture frames are from work. And I have this light too with that remote. And then those are the 3 games there. And then there's a bit of a studio over there too. So that's basically the first part wrapped up. Now for the official consoles. Now it is time to reveal the consoles. But before that, it is time to reveal the splitters. So we're of course going to start with the AV consoles. You guys should remember this splitter from the last video and also from my unboxing video. As you see, I got the 8-in-1 there. I got it labeled 1 because I actually have 3 splitters. 2 of them are what I use for certain consoles. So you guys should see that there. And then we're about to reveal those in a moment. There's a Kinect and a Disney Infinity thing with the Wii sensor bar. This is the one that I plug the other 2 in. So that way I can select one. I'll put it on 1 to demonstrate. And then this one over here, it's my least favorite one, but it works, is the other one. It's kind of weird that cables go on both sides, but it is what it is. Anyways, time to reveal the consoles. One more thing I forgot to mention before the consoles. This is the new TV where I have the majority of them plugged in. Now I'm going to step back to reveal the updated collection. Sorry, I gotta step back even more so you guys can see it fully. So yes, those two over there are brand new to the thing, and so is the TV stand. The old TV stand is gone. But yeah, that's the official reveal. You see the Wii Fit balance board right over there. And then my Wiimote on the table. As well as an Office DVD. Anyways, let me make sure I got it all set. I already got it set to 1. Now to set it to NES. Time to turn it on. We're starting with that one. Super Mario Duck Hunt. By the way, hate to burst your bubbles, if you guys are a fan of Duck Hunt, you cannot play Duck Hunt on a big TV. But yeah, that's the NES right there. Next up, gotta move it to the Super Nintendo. This was in the last 2 videos. Super Mario World. So I don't have like just any random, but yeah, that's the Super Nintendo for you. Alright, next up on the list is the Nintendo 64 with Super Mario 64 in it.
It's me, Mario!
Then here comes the big head. You guys should remember this from the last 2 videos as well. But yeah, that's the N64 for you. Next up on the thing, the first Nintendo console I bought, the GameCube. You guys should remember this startup. But yeah, GameCube for you. Impressive startup. You guys should know the memes by now. Anyways, that's a GameCube for you. Next up on the thing, I'm going to go ahead and press this one for the Sega Master System. We're starting with AV1. I don't know if I said anything before. You guys should recognize that startup. Basically one of the first consoles to have a startup. Pretty interesting in my opinion. Next game up on the thing, you guys should remember it from Springcaster days, but if you don't, it's the Sega Genesis, known as the Mega Drive in Europe and Japan. Everybody should remember that theme. But yeah, it's the Genesis for you. The next console up is what you should remember from the last video as the newest system that I bought. And Sega's worst system, but I like it in my opinion, the Sega Saturn. There we go. Classical US opening. And if you guys don't know, Sega Saturn was one of the first systems to play CDs. Before the PlayStation, I mean. And it's right in the shot over there. Next console up is actually the final console of AV1, but it is the first Sega console that I bought, so you should remember it from the last 2 videos. The Sega Dreamcast. If you're wondering what that noise was, it was the memory card. But yeah, classical spiral. Now what we're going to do next is switch it to AV2 and switch this to PS1. Nostalgic, eh? But yeah, this is actually the first console I bought after the last video, believe it or not. So that's why I don't see it till now. The next game system on the list, you guys should remember it from the last 2 videos, and it's my all-time favorite system, the PlayStation 2. One of the best startups in my opinion. Definitely nostalgic as well. Alright everybody, and the next game system, which is also the last one of the AVs and the last one on AV2, is the original Xbox. Light doesn't work on the thing. There it is for you. Now it is officially time to move on over to the HDMI consoles. We're starting with what's on HDMI 1, which is Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Series X. But of course, we're just starting with Xbox 360, which you all should remember from the last two videos. Sorry that the floors are creaking. And I feel like that Xbox 360 is perfect with Kinect, in my opinion. By the way, Kinect works, but I don't use it since I actually live on the 3rd floor. But yeah, that's the 360 for you. Next system up is the Xbox One. Sorry that it blurred a little. But yeah, that's the Xbox One for you. Alrighty, next system up, and also the last one of the HDMI port, the Xboxes. So the Xbox Series X is the last one of the Xboxes. There it is. But yeah, over here, if you do want to add me on Xbox, there it is right there. And if you need to email me, there it is too. Next thing we're going to do is we're then going to move to HDMI 2 for the PlayStation consoles. And in this case, the next one is the PlayStation 3, the PS3. There we go. And then that's the PS3 for you. Next game system on the list is the PS4. But yeah, this one just feels so real, you know. But yeah, that's the 4 for you. Alright, now it is time for our next game system and our last one of HDMI 2, and that is the PS5. Sorry, I stepped on my shoe. There it is, and I love how it's the same as the 4. Will they do it on the PS6? We never know. Amazing. Probably in about 20 years, that's gonna be nostalgic. But yeah, that's the PlayStation 5 for you. Alright, now it is time to move on to our third HDMI port, which consists of both the Wii U and the Switch. Now, for the Wii U. We might see it on the gamepad too. So let's see if we can see it on both. Oh, it's on the TV. Alright, so just the TV for now. But yeah, I remember I bought this for my 23rd birthday. And even though it's one of Nintendo's worst systems, I still think it's amazing. Now let's check if it's on the gamepad. No, it isn't still. But yeah, that's the Wii U for you. Get it? Wii U for you. Alright, so the next one is actually the Switch, but I would feel better if I showed it through this for now. And yes, I know the console's low. And yes, also off-screen, I decided to put the Joy-Cons on. But yeah, that's the Switch for you. Now for the final console of the collection. And it is now the Wii. And I have that on HDMI 4 because screen resolution had to make it a little better. But here we go. There it is. Startup menu. But yeah, that's the Wii for you. Alrighty, and that is actually all for the video game console collection. I am Owen, and thank you guys for watching. We'll peace y'all next time.